There is money on the table. The high value client meeting is booked. And right now, most seven-figure entrepreneurs about to make a mistake they do not even know they are making. Before they even walk in, what you wear to that meeting is either working for you or quietly closing the deal. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what to wear so your parents close the deal before you say a single word. Before we get into the outfit, I need to understand why this actually matters at your level. This is about your appearance is communicating for you. Research consistently shows that people form judgment about your confidence, your credibility, and your status within a second of seeing you. And that judgment is almost entirely visual before, say, a conversation even begins. So, thinking about that for a second, the deal is already being shaped before you shake hands. For high value client meetings, you are not just representing yourself. You are signaling the quality of the work that they can expect, standard you hold to yourself, and whether you actually belong to at the table with them. Thinking about the last time you sat across from someone and immediately felt they were the most capable person in the room before they say a single word. That was not an accident. That was the intentional positioning, and it started with what they were. So before your next high value meeting, ask yourself one question. If this client saw your photo of me right now with no context and no introduction, what level would they assume I'm at right now? That answer tells you everything about where you need to close the gap. And if you want help closing the gap before your next meeting, there's a link in description to book an image clarity session with me. We'll look at exactly where your current image is and what needs to shift before that meeting happens. Click the link and book your session right now. Now let's get into the exact outfit piece by piece. This combination works because it sits in the space between sharp and approachable. It reads as intentional without being too much trying to impress, and that is exactly the energy that you want when you are walking into high value client meeting. Start with a well-fitted knitwear top as your base. Choose a fine gauge knit in neutral tone, navy, charcoal, or camel. Depends on your skin tone. Erase the polish it layered cleanly under the sports coat, and you avoid the formality of a shirt or tie while still signaling that you made a deliberate, considered choice about how you show up today. Layer a sports coat over knitwear. This is a piece that frames your entire look, and here's the detail what most men miss. Make sure that your shoulder seam sits exactly the edge of your shoulder. That single detail determines that whether the jacket looked intentional or you borrowed from somebody else for that meeting. If the shoulder is off, the entire look falls apart, and no matter how expensive the jacket is. So then your bottom half with your dark denim, not trouser. Wear dark denim that replacing the chino. The clean, dark, well-fitted pair of straight or slim cut jeans that really keep the look grounded without dropping into the full business of formal, which can feel actually disconnect in a high value but more relaxed client setting. Most meetings with a high value client, it's a bit casual, but it's semi-formal. You don't want to dress up so much so that you are there to impress them. Dark denim done right reads as confident and current. It says that you know the room well enough to dress it perfectly. Finish with a clean loafer, the leather or suede loafer in brown, tan, or black, ties to the entire look together and keep it sharp without feel overdressed. And here's something that most men do not thinking about. The shoes is the first thing the high-value client actually notice. We all notice the shoes. Research on social perception consistently found that people read the shoes as a signal of status and attention to detail. Often before they they actually register why this actually matter without really realizing it. So make sure that your loafer are clean and in good condition. No exception. Now, do not skip the belt. The woven belt in the color that works with your loafer and your entire look really complements and shows that you thought about the entire picture, not just individual pieces. It really shows your standard and taste. This is the kind of detail that high-value clients notice, even if they could never tell you why the look works, but they feel it. While we are talking about the detail, add the herringbone pattern socks. This is a small thing, but when you sit down and sock is visible, it tells the room that you thought about every single detail of this look, and it really shows that you really have a high standard and you know that how to pay attention. Details matter. The devil's in the detail. So they always matter at your level when you are seven-figure entrepreneur and you're going for 8, 9, 10. What does your current goal outfit for a high-stake client meeting look like? Drop in a comment. I want to see that where you are starting from and what adjustment would make that biggest difference for you. Now the outfit is only half of the picture. You're not done here yet. So the other half is the most seven-figure entrepreneur completely ignore. And it's the part that can quietly undermine everything you just put on. Let us talk about grooming, because this is where the most high achieving men living on the most ground on the table. So you can wear the perfect outfit, still walk in the room, but you're losing the ground because your grooming does not match with the standard your clothes are setting. Detail confirms or contradict everything. The friction actually loses trust. You get your haircut a week before the meeting, not a day before, just week before. So you want hair to look natural, settle, like this is how you always look. When you cut in the day before, it is like a last minute effort to impress. And that is honestly one of the worst signals you can send to the high value room. So go to look like the man who's always in control. And not just suddenly remember, oh, I have a big meeting tomorrow. You don't want that. And that distinction is very subtle, but the people sitting at the table from you will notice. The same principle applies to your facial hair. Trim it 2 days before the meeting, not the morning of it. You want to clean, intentional, and natural. 2 days give you just enough to grow to look like this is your standard. Not just that you're trying to impress them. You're not trying to impress. You are simply always this put together. This is the reader that you want. And get manicure. I know. No polish. Just clean, trim, shape nails with no rough edges. I know that this is the one the most men skip, but here's the reality. People notice hand, especially in the meeting where you're presenting. You're pointing, you're exchanging documents. The research consistently shows that people use small physical detail, including the hand presentation and grooming, to make a repeat assessment of a person's attention to detail and a personal standard, often without consciously registering why they do that. So your hands are on the table an entire meeting. Make sure that they belong there. And you don't have to thinking about, oh my goodness, my hand look not so polished. So when was the last time you pay attention to your grooming as a part of your meeting preparation rather than just afterthought? Drop your answer in the comment, and it tells me that a lot about where the biggest opportunity is for you. Now then, let us talk about the one area most high achieving men overlook entirely. This is something that shows up on your face, whether you plan it or not. Your skin is the first thing people see when you look at your face. Seriously, your skin. This is not about vanity. It is about showing up look like a man that who take care of himself every single day. And your routine comes down to 3 steps. Cleanse, hydrate, protect. That's it. Cleanse in the morning and the evening to remove buildup, keep your skin clean. Then use your hydrating moisturizer daily, keep your skin looking healthy and rather than dry and dull. Then use SPF 50 in the morning. So protection is because part of the looking after what you have got, which is you cleanse, you hydrate, you got to protect from the UV ray so that you will not get dark spot or wrinkles and really damage your skin. The men who take care of the skin looks more rested, more present, more in control. Trust me, when your skin looks better, everything looks better. Studies in the professional appearance consistently find that perceived health and vitality, which is skin condition directly influences plays a meaningful role in how quickly someone trusts in the business context. That is not a small thing. When the real money is on the table, and make sure that you are well hydrated in the day that leading up to the meeting. Hydration shows your face, dull, tired skin signal that you are running on empty. And that is not the version of you should be walking in the room that high value opportunity sitting across from you. Here is the truth about all of this. Small things make a huge difference at the top level. The outfit, the belt you wear, the socks you wear, the haircut trimming, manicure, the skin. None of this on their own close a deal. But together, they build a picture of the man who operates with a precision in every single area of his life. And that picture is exactly high value clients are looking for when they are deciding that who to trust with something significant. So you now have everything you need to walk into your next high value client meeting, look like the most intentional person in the room. So here's what to do next. If you have a high value client meeting coming up and you want to make sure that your appearance is walking and working at the level of opportunity requires, book an image color session with me using the link in the description. We'll identify exactly what your current image is communicating and what to shift before meeting happens. The men who consistently close a high-value room are not the ones who occasionally look the part. They are the ones who build a system standard they never fall below. That is what Clarity Session help you to build. Click the link in the description right now and book your image Clarity Session. There's money on the table. Make sure that version of you walking in the room that match the level of the deal. I will see you in the next video.